So I think most pedal makers get into this by starting out as hobbyists, building a few pedals, then they start selling more, they become more of a demand. And one day they wake up and say, oh, wow, I'm struggling to make these pedals fast enough. How do I scale up? And I think what's really interesting for me, as I came at this really a very different direction, yeah, I made a few pedals for myself and my friends, but there was no scaling. I just woke up one day and said, right, I want to do this as a business. I'm going to cast aside everything else. I'm going to need premises, I'm going to need equipment, I need training schedules for when I take on staff. Straight away, I need the limited company, I need the trademarks. So I came in this very much from a business mindset. But I think what's really interesting is how things meet in the middle. So where the smaller guys are sort of saying, well, I made this beautiful pedal because, I can paint, but the technology is quite basic inside it. And I'm hoping to grow over the years with my skill. I've really come in with like this high level technology, really complicated circuits, very advanced. And then through my journey, realized, hang on a minute, this is wonderful and all, but the chassis looks quite basic. I've got a quite rudimentary thing and it doesn't reflect what's in it. It doesn't reflect the technology. So I'm sort of coming in from a very engineering technology side to say, how can I be more artistic? How can I be more creative? How can I be more beautiful? How can I be more hands-on? Even to the point of saying, well, I could automate this part. I've got the equipment, it's trivial. Actually, I want to hand make this. I want to be hands-on. I want to connect with it. And that's a really wonderful thing for me. And that's driven a lot of the direction in recent years, where I'll try and sort of say, well, how can I change the packaging, make it more beautiful? I start with a rudimentary, boring bit of packaging, and I change it and say, well, actually, I'm going to add some elegance to it. I'm going to add some panache to it, just because I want to do that. It adds a little bit of value to me. Same with the artwork. The initial artworks I used to draw they were like a designer-based thing. I'd go into the software and I'd draw the polygons and the shapes and I'd colorize them. And now I draw hand pencil drawings and then I'll digitize them and I'll add some color later. But even that, I'll use the digital tablet, and there's so much more creativity going into it. And I think it's a really cool thing. I think making pedals and music gear has to be one of the most satisfying things you can do as a career, because you have this incredible fusion of organic, handmade boutique and high-end, cutting-edge technology, pushing the boundaries and using the best chips and the best, just everything. So I think, yeah, really, that's the wonderful thing. And I think going forward at the moment, that fusion is what I'm really focused on, really bringing those two things together. So you're going to see, I want to sort of show you that super high technology, the ideas I've got in my head. I don't think I've conveyed them very well. They've been in the pedals, they've been there since the start, but I failed to sort of sell that because I've lacked on the story, really. The story of the pedals. I've been it's a utilitarian. Here's this thing. It does fantastic stuff. And I missed, and that's ridiculous because I am a storyteller. I've always been a storyteller. When I used to play Dungeons and Dragons, I never wanted to be the character. Boring. I wanted to create the world and build the whole landscape and have these fantastic stories. And obviously later on, I became a lecturer. And one of the favorite things about lecturing, well, my favorite thing was actually just the idea I could help people have a better quality of life, because I'm a little bit like that. But my next favorite thing, my personal favorite thing, was the storytelling. That's what I got out of it, being able to stand up there and convey knowledge through story as a medium. So it's kind of crazy that I've built this AudioStorm business and then not done that. Here's this utilitarian thing. It's very good. Buy one. At the moment, it's just like these two inevitable forces coming together. The technology, the surface mount, the pick and place, the CNCing, everything being done in-house, high-end robotic technology, mixing in with this creativity and this art and this design and a story. Yeah, so watch this page. There's a story coming.